absolutely love how nervous you are. I think it's hysterical.
I'm very nervous.
I know, and very... Look at you. You are actually nervous. I don't know how this is going to work out. Episode 8, Sarah Chris is in the studio with us, and she's looking very uncomfortable. I really had hoped that you would be like a series regular. So it's going to take a while to get you...
Maybe alcohol would help, too. Alcohol really helps me.
Well, tonight's our Christmas party. Are you looking forward to it?
I am.
There will be copious amounts of alcohol
I love
at the
copious
Christmas
amounts
party.
of alcohol.
It dawns on me that... Is this your first Slavin's Christmas party?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep.
So how long have you been at our office?
Just over 2 years. I started in October. Does it feel like a lifetime?
No, it doesn't feel like... I'm just looking at you, how uncomfortable you are.
No, I'm okay. I'll be okay.
Okay.
Just over 2 years. I started October 2020. Yeah.
Wow. So we haven't had this is our first Christmas party in 3 years. That's so crazy to me because we are known for our Christmas parties.
Can't wait.
So I wonder if that puts you at a first, because every year, typically, someone makes an ass out of themselves.
It's not going to be me. I'm an excellent drunk.
Are you?
Excellent.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. So who will be the person that makes an ass out of themselves?
It's got to be like Cole or Ryan.
Cole or Ryan, one of the new kids. Yeah. Typically, that is the situation. I remember, do you know Elliot Gordon?
No.
Elliot, if you're listening, shout out. He was an agent with our office for a long, long time. He's at Remax now. My dad, I think it was the last year my dad owned the brokerage. So my dad was still there, Elliot's first year. And Elliot made a total ass out of himself, totally drunk. And the famous line was, my dad called him the Village Elliot.
The Village Elliot, that's a good one.
Yeah. So since that time, someone annually has been the Village
Elliot.
It's
not going to be me.
Okay. We shall see. I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe Schleif.
I don't think Schleif.
I'm going to get him drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's an angry drunk, though. He's not one of those jolly drunks. If anybody's
shocking.
looking for us, although this will be put out well after our Christmas party, but we'll probably end up at Drums and Flats or something like that afterwards, which is close for you, no? Or
it's not far. Post-party at Drums and Flats?
Yeah, post-party. Or I think that's the only thing in the area. But we'll see. Anyways, what's cooking? How's Biz?
Biz is good.
Yeah?
Yeah, Biz is good on the SKT.
On the SKT team.
Yeah.
What's it like being on a team?
I love it.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
It's a lonely business. Yeah. Are you laughing at my nervousness? I'm relaxing a little bit, but these are a bit uncomfortable.
They are, but they're doing something awesome with your hair.
Oh, God, Darren. It's going to make me even worse. Is that better?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, great.
It's good.
It's a lonely biz if you're doing it on your own. And I've done it, like I've been in different positions throughout, I think, the 10 years I've been in real estate.
I remember when you first got into the industry.
I came to meet with you.
You did, and you did not choose me.
I did not choose you.
Very
at
devastating.
All. Do you want to know why I didn't choose you?
Yeah.
I was told, me? No, it wasn't you. Yeah. I was told not to work at a brokerage where the broker of record or the manager sells.
Right.
Someone advised me doing that because competition, but I think it's great because you have an inside scoop. So that no longer applies to me, and I'm more established now.
Yep.
So I started on my own.
I was devastated at the time. I thought you were going to be good, and you were. So
yeah, well, I don't blame you for being devastated that I didn't come
here.
You
went to Royal
LePage,
right?
I went to Royal LePage J&D.
Yeah.
I was there for like all of my babies. No, yeah. I was there for I think 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. Then our good friend Shale.
Yes. Shale.
Oh, no, sorry, but shout out to Shale.
Yes.
Love you, Shale.
Love Shale. No bigger hugger on the planet.
We can go back to Shale after. Sorry.
Yeah.
Before that, I went to go work on a team at PSR, another brokerage.
You did?
I did.
Which team were you on?
I worked with 2 women that had left another brokerage to go to PSR.
Yeah.
And very great, like interesting, positive experience.
These would be the same 2 ladies that came to my office for a brief time.
Correct.
Right, I remember.
And I just wasn't what they were looking for. I think that I was too much of an independent agent, and they were looking for...
A little mesh in the personalities?
A little more support kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Then I went back to J&D, and then to circle back to Shale, Shale plucked me out of real estate and put me in development for 2 years.
Yeah, you did pre-construction sales.
No, so I didn't do sales. I ended up being the marketing manager at Free Developments.
No shit.
For 2 years. Yeah, it was a really, really interesting experience.
Yeah.
I got to dabble in the 9 to 5 world.
So you worked with Shale, like,
Shale was my boss.
No
I
way.
reported directly to Shale.
that's awesome.
We had rules.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to swear at him 9 to 5.
Okay.
And I
fair
wasn't
enough.
allowed to call
You
him
had to
names.
act in a professional manner in the workplace. Fair enough.
Wasn't allowed to swear at him. I could swear I could swear, but like not directly at him.
You
And I
couldn't say,
wasn't
go
allowed
fuck
to.
you, Shale.
No, I
Something
couldn't
like
do that. And I
right.
couldn't call him a fucking asshole. Sabrina will not be happy that I'm swearing on this
You're not
podcast.
swearing. Nobody's going to hear it. We'll beep it.
And then I happened to call Sabrina.
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue. I was ready to go back into real estate.
Did you keep your license the whole time?
Kept my license. My license was parked at PSR again.
Okay.
Because
Did you do any deals during that time?
like a couple deals. I sold. My sister bought a house. I did a couple other deals, but
So
nothing
real
crazy.
estate became a side gig.
But like very minimal. I had no time. I had
Right.
3 kids at home,
Yeah.
and I had a full 9 to 5 job.
Right.
But I did it like very minimally. And then I called Sabrina. I called a couple agents who were on teams when I decided I was going to leave Freed and go back to real estate. And Sabrina happened to be one of them. Sidebar for a sec.
Yeah. Did that, sorry, sidebar on my part as well. Did that correlate with Shale leaving Free Developments?
Shale left because I left. Not really. It just happened to be around the same time.
Okay.
I decided to leave just before, and then him after. Essentially, he couldn't be there without me.
Yes, I
I was
understand.
the
How
back,
could he?
I was the glue that held the.
Yeah, fair enough.
But a sidebar to when I was working at PSR the first time, Sabrina actually approached me.
Really?
She came to me. We had a coffee. I'll never forget at Starbucks on Yonge, like by Sporting Life, and she wanted me to be on her team.
Mm-hmm.
I was secretly pregnant with my third.
Okay.
So
Secretly, like pre
like
3 months secretly?
Pre 3 months,
or
like 9 weeks pregnant with my
just weren't
third.
going to tell anyone the whole time and hope nobody noticed.
Some people didn't notice until all of a sudden I had this little blonde baby.
Yeah.
But no, I was 9 weeks pregnant with
Okay.
Dylan. And I figured if there was any chance that I would ever work with Sabrina,
This was it.
this was not it.
Oh.
I couldn't blow it. Like there's no way she would want me
If you were about to have a baby.
if I was about to have a baby with 2 other little kids at home.
Yeah.
So I politely declined,
Right.
which was a blessing.
Telling her you were pregnant or just like, no, I'm not interested right now?
I just said it's not the right time.
Right.
I had to explore what I was doing with the other 2 women at PSR and kind of use that as an excuse. And then fast forward 2.5 years, I reached out to her and a couple other agents that run teams. And she said, did you see that I was hiring? I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, I'm hiring right now. I'm about to sign. Sorry, that was loud. I'm about to sign paperwork. Like, come in right now. We have to meet.
I think I remember this, actually.
So I met her at like 7 a.m. at the Slavin's office on a Saturday. I remember this very clearly. And I have a horrible memory. And she was very apprehensive of hiring me. I'm not quite sure if you know this.
It's coming back to me.
Because I said I didn't want to be the next Sabrina Kaufman. And she didn't like that.
What the hell does that even mean?
I wanted to be a part of a team. I didn't want to run a team. I never wanted to be
A team leader?
a team leader. I just wanted to be a part of something amazing and
Right.
contribute to something that was already existing. Does that make sense?
And you wanted to make money.
Yeah, I wanted to make money, but like, yes, I obviously want to make money.
You don't
I
have
need
an
money.
ego, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
She misinterpreted that as me not wanting to make money and work hard. But that wasn't the case. So I called her back and said, that's like, I don't want to be
do
you.
remember this.
I want to work hard. I want to be part of the team. Anyways, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing 2.
That's quite the skip forward. What, the story just ends there?
Just ends there. She gave me a chance.
Yeah.
I think she was apprehensive that I wasn't going to work as hard as she wanted me to or thought I should or could.
Yeah.
And I think I've proved her wrong.
Right.
Over the last
I would say so.
2 and a bit years.
Yeah.
And I love it. Back to your original question. How do I like being on a team? I love being on a team. I love the people I work with.
Yeah.
I can talk.
You got to share an office with Schleifman.
Legit, that's the best. Life and I
is.
are actually very similar, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's definitely a great environment. I do genuinely enjoy coming to the office every day, which is a nice thing, a big plus. And like you said, real estate is a very lonely business, and to be able, like our office as a whole has a very much team environment but to be in a team within a team makes it even, that much more teamy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like team on team on team.
Something's going on with my microphone. There we go. I think I fixed it. What do you think of the industry overall? You enjoy the industry? I love the day-to-day aspects of this industry. Maybe it's not the same in other offices because I think a lot of people actually just work from home. But you come in every day.
I'm here every day.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't really be at home.
You go crazy, right?
Go crazy at home. Like I did it. Like we all did it in COVID, except for my husband. He managed to go to the office.
And me.
Every single day.
I went to an empty office every day.
But no, I love the industry. Like I came back to it after leaving it, and I'm so happy I did. One of my strengths, I think, is my relationships I have with other agents and my able to connect with people, my ability to connect with people. And that's one of the things I love. Like it's
crazy that that's a part of the job because it is a part of the job. Yeah, huge part of the job.
It's a huge part of the job.
People don't realize, the level of inside information that you can garner from relationships with agents in outside offices and the level it gives you in negotiations with agents if you're friends with them. It's a huge side of the business.
And I have like a whole untapped J&D like relationship pool.
Yeah.
Agents that, don't necessarily cross paths of many agents at Slavens that I have these awesome relationships with from J&D and PSR and Rare Real Estate as well.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of people at Rare. I don't know much about Rare at all, actually.
Rare.
The new guys.
The new guys.
Yeah.
So Adam Stern and Ryan
nice
Rubinovich,
guy.
they were PSR.
Yes, I know that.
And they left PSR. And they were my managers, and I worked closely with them when I was at Freed.
Right.
So I have only love for Adam and Ryan, and a lot of their agents, I don't know if I should be saying this, came from PSR.
Sure.
Who I worked with or I had something to do with when I was at Freed and the sales events that I ran and that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're good guys.
I don't know if I can say this. We're a pretty good-looking office, but you look at them on Instagram, it's a good-looking office. The black and white photographs, it's working for them.
It's working for them. It was their black and white party.
Oh, did they have a black and white party?
Yeah.
Does that have to do with the pictures that they're actually taking?
I don't know.
Wow. Good for them. They're certainly making a splash, and there's room for all sorts of models in this industry. And when I say models, I mean business models.
Oh, not like
models.
Rare models.
Not like Rare
or
models.
PSR models.
It's actually so in the short time that you came to originally interview with us. Think about the differences in this industry.
The short time, it's like 10 plus years.
I know, but that's 10
short?
years is nothing.
It's like
Holy shit, I've been in this industry 20 years.
I was going to say sorry. I was going to say
it's your head?
It is.
Like that? Jesus. It is a short time. Like when you came into the industry, there was Callis, there was Forest Hill, there was Chestnut Park, there was us, there was J&D, and obviously outside the big guys.
Yeah.
And that was it. Now, since you've started in the last 10 years, there's every single tech brokerage, there's Rare, there's PSR. Like PSR didn't exist when you started, or it was just beginning.
Right. No, it hadn't even begun yet, actually, because the agent that was kind of responsible for bringing me to J&D was one of the original agents at PSR, Sarner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was there with me at J&D for a couple of years.
I remember Sarner at J&D.
Yeah. He called me to...
Recruit, yeah.
Kind of. He wanted me to be his assistant.
Recruiting is a tough part of this business, I got to tell you. As a broker owner, it's literally become a full-time job.
Right.
And I don't like to go out and poach people because, we have relationships with other broker owners. But how often are you getting called? Like, I own my brokerage, okay? My name is on the outside of the building. The brokerage is called Slavens, and I get phone calls and emails every fucking day.
It's because you're that good.
Me. Yeah, it's because I'm that good. It's because they're idiots. That's what it is. Like, just a little reading would indicate that I'm probably not leaving
Not
my
going to leave?
brokerage.
I don't know. I don't get a ton.
No?
No, I get a few every once in a while, and I just say, I'm so happy at Slavens where I am that I'm not going to leave.
Are they hyper aggressive?
I don't really let them get to that point.
Right.
I shut it
'Cause
down.
There's some famous people in our neck of the woods that I know drive a lot of our agents nuts. I mean, God bless them for their persistence, and I guess that's their business model. But it's very persistent and very annoying.
No.
All right, well, good.
Yep.
We're safe.
We're safe. I'm here.
We're safe. Although, I guess it's got nothing to do with me. It's all Sabrina. Nothing to do with the brokerage.
Largely, Sabrina.
Yeah.
But no, you're not a bad guy to work for.
Thank you.
You've been very helpful at times. Darren's helped me. Am I talking to you when I call you Darren?
Yeah, of
Darren's
course.
helped me. You helped me measure. Remember?
I helped you measure?
Like we brought out a fucking
Oh, yeah.
measuring tape and measured that lot.
Yeah, 100%.
It was your birthday
in
too.
New Hoopitsville.
It was your birthday
Yeah.
that day.
So you were just new to our company.
That was about a
it
year in. I
or 2
think.
years ago?
No, that was about a year in.
Yeah, Sarah couldn't figure out how to use a measuring tape, so I had to drive all the way to like Thornhill.
That wasn't Thornhill. It was
you
it
pull
was
it
like
out, and this
Finch and
button here
Leslie.
makes it stick, so that you don't need two people for a measuring stick.
It's true. It's true. I'll give it to you.
It is.
It wasn't true at all.
I know. I know. It was a complicated lot. It's you've had a couple of complicated issues I've had to help you guys with.
Yeah.
Um,
SKT likes to keep you on your toes.
keep me on
it
my
spicy.
toes. Well, it's awesome to see you're a team player. I think that's very special. There's a lot of people get into this industry because they want to be alone.
Not me.
Me neither. I couldn't be alone. I like being part of a team. I like the fact that we're designed to, I was meeting with some agents over the past year who had expressed some interest in coming over to our brokerage. And I sat down with Sabrina and I said, you could go anywhere. You're one of the top agents in the city. Why here? Why do you stay here? And she's the one that, put in my head. She said it's a very lonely business. Running a team can be lonely. Certainly just being a one-off agent is lonely. And here it's like you have a partner with you at all times. They don't have a say in your business. They can't force you to do anything. They have no ownership, but you can bounce ideas off of. Mm-hmm. You can discuss problems with. You can run ideas by. And you really have somebody holding your hand the entire time.
And you need that in this business because there's so many complications. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Hold on.
It's that bad?
If maybe, yeah.
I've had
maybe it's
celebrities in that chair.
And maybe it's my earrings,
complain.
the way my earrings sit.
Earrings.
Right?
You
didn't
No,
factor
but I've had
earrings?
women in here.
Sorry.
Veronica didn't complain as much as you complained.
I'm generally not one to complain.
You are not a complainer.
I'm not a complainer. It's just the whole thing makes me
You are very
nervous.
laid back and make coming to the office much more enjoyable. I really enjoy our
Andrew,
banter.
if you're listening, I'm really laid back.
It's true.
Andrew's my husband for all the listeners out
Yes. Well, Shale must have your back.
He does sometimes.
Has Andrew met Mark?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were in Florida or something at the same time
the
together.
Schleifs came and hung out at our beach.
Because I can only imagine the stories that you must take home, that everybody must take home. We must sound like a bunch of crazy people in our office. Like, my wife can't understand why I'm shaving off mustaches because you don't like them and why a mustache could be such a big issue.
Wasn't an issue.
No, I know. It was all for fun.
It was all for fun and a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. You going on vacation?
I am.
Where are you off to?
Going to Dominican.
Dominican.
2 weeks.
Very nice.
Yeah.
When do you leave?
The 24th.
Are you going with other families?
We're going, yes. And there'll be lots of other families at this resort as well.
For sure. Much needed break.
Much needed break for everyone. Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah.
So, what do you see happening in the market 2023? Where do you think we're headed?
I don't know. Makes me know. It's who can predict, really.
Can't predict, but you can prepare for what you expect will happen. That's one thing.
What I've noticed... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
What I've noticed
I
about
interrupted you.
SKT, about our team, is that we have a knack of thriving in funny markets. Mm. So I think that our Sabrina's method, our method, is so like specific, and it's such a home run, so to speak, even though I shouldn't say a home run because I shouldn't jinx it, but like it works that no matter what the market is, we have the ability to make the best of it and do the best for our clients.
I would agree with that. And regardless of markets, and it will be, it's going to be a challenging year for a lot of agents. This past year was a very challenging year for most agents. Like business was down substantially across the board. But the good agents succeed, right? And you may not make as much money, but you will still maintain your market share, which is the most important thing. And I firmly believe that this is a once-in-a-career opportunity this next year to really set ourselves up for when the market changes. Were you on the Benjamin Tao presentation last? Great. Awesome. Let me down.
No, I'm sorry. I had a SAC meeting.
Okay.
I had a parent council meeting at my kid's school. I can only be in so many places.
That is more important every time. Anyways, it's not doom and gloom, right? Like, I mean, if we can avoid a full-blown recession where everybody's losing their job, the bottom line is for most people right now, it's actually more affordable to buy homes than it was when the market was absolutely out of control, which is great. The press is not helping us with their doom and gloom, but
they never do, though.
Of course, but it's like crazy. They're so inaccurate, or the way they portray the story is so misleading. Deals are still happening. The biggest issue we have right now, which is what I was going to get to, is that there's still a crazy lack of product.
100%.
But that's where your team has been so successful, is finding product when there's no product available.
It's me and Schleif hitting the streets.
Yeah.
So we're knocking.
It's impressive.
Yeah, the lack of inventory. I think that sellers are just so afraid to sell.
Sellers are afraid to sell, not buyers are afraid to buy.
I think it's a combo. I think people who need to move up or want to move up are afraid that if they buy something, they're not going to be able to sell their house. So what we've been seeing more lately is that people are actually selling before they buy.
Of course, yeah.
Which is the first in a very long time,
sure.
I think. Let
me ask you a question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
It's always been my advice to sell first. I know we went through years of the hottest market ever. All you had to do was put a home on MLS and it was going to sell.
It depends on your circumstance, though. It depends on where you can go.
Sure. But as an agent, are you a sell first or a buy first person, regardless of the market?
We bought our house before we sold our house.
Okay. I think no matter the market, would always want to sell first.
But you have somewhere to go.
No, but I'm not afraid of a double move. We're talking about buying a house, not buying like a t-shirt.
So I had a double move
Yeah.
when we bought our house. And actually the double move was amazing because I realized for 4 months I could live with 4 plates and 4 forks and 4 spoons. And
there you go.
Literally half of the items that I had.
Yeah.
But we had to rent. So if we were... And we did buy first
There's a cost.
Sell. There's a cost to it.
Sure,
and
but you just roll that into the overall cost.
It's still risky.
Yeah.
And we lived in squalor for 4 months.
Listen, I built a house. I lived in a shitty rental. I know what that's like. But I'm more of a conservative person. I need to know how much money I have.
Totally. And I think more so than ever before in this market, people are doing that.
Right. And good agents would know that you just get a longer closing.
Yep.
You put in a sliding closing.
Yep.
There's a lot of options that you have at your disposal to deal with that situation.
Totally.
Yep. So you guys go out, you find the product, you don't wait, which is why you'll continue to be successful in this market.
Yep, it's true.
Good. We want to expand on that. No. We hit a dead end. That is the end of the conversation.
No, but it's true.
Done.
Yes, we do.
Were you doing it before you were on Sabrina's team, or this is something she taught you?
No, this is something she taught me. I actually did a couple of deals. I shouldn't say that. I did do a couple deals off market before Sabrina.
From door knocking?
Not from door knocking, no. From agent relationships and calling. Like I found my sister's house because I happened to be talking to Bobby Pasternak.
Right.
And he happened to have something off market. So just from more agent networking than door knocking.
Yeah. Door knocking's tough, man.
Door knocking is not fun.
It's not. Well, it can be fun. Like when
When
you have
you-
somebody to go with.
Totally. When Schleif and I,
Great videos.
we have a good time.
Yeah.
I door
Good
knocked.
content for your social media.
Great content. I door knocked 2 weeks ago by myself. It's like a little boring.
You went by yourself? I'm always nervous when the female agents go by themselves.
I was in this neighborhood
Okay. Less nervous.
and it was broad daylight
Less nervous.
and my car was always very close by. And I'm very strong. I could take someone.
Yeah, I believe that. Well, it is great content for your social media. Your social media game has improved drastically over the year.
Thank you.
You're looking at me like
Taking the compliment because you told me I can't take a compliment. So thank you.
It is a compliment, and I have to tell you that people always bring it up to me.
Oh, great.
Which is good. I think you've increased your exposure and your team's exposure tenfold. Really, you're one of the few people that people come up to me to tell me about and tell me that they love their social media.
Thanks.
I mean, they tell me they love mine all the time.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But they do bring you up. So good for you. Kudos to you.
I'm just like unapologetically me, I think, on my social media.
And I think that's what works.
Yeah. I don't think about anything. Nothing is like preconceived. It's just me.
It's just you.
It's just me. And you either love me or you hate me. So I guess the people.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, it's fun sometimes.
Can you believe it's part of our job?
No, it's wild. I've been on Instagram for a long time.
Yeah, somebody trying to get you? Got
maybe.
something important going on there?
No, it's Instagram.
This happens to be the Unconditional Podcast. It's a little important. All
I'm
of our
sorry.
seven followers.
There. My personal Instagram page, for however many years I've been on Instagram, I never posted a story in my life.
Till this year.
No, my personal.
Okay.
Okay? I posted very minimally. Wasn't like I post a lot of coffee memes. I love coffee and alcohol stuff because I love those two things
Coffee
so
and
much.
alcohol. You ever mix the two?
I don't love the
Irish cream to
espresso
start
or
the
like
day?
an espresso martini.
Yeah, no.
I do like a Bailey's and coffee,
Okay.
like mid-afternoon on a cold day outside.
3, 4 of them on a regular, just before school pickup.
No. Only Thursday or Friday, maybe.
Yes.
I don't drink Sunday through
In my
Wednesday.
head, I still think of Thursday as the night to go out.
Totally. Or the
It's
night to
fucked
start
up.
drinking at home.
We're adults. We could do it anytime we wanted.
We can, but I have to put a limit to my drinking.
Yes.
I can't drink every night.
Fair enough.
There was a time in COVID that like wine was like water.
Yeah. I think that applied to a lot of
A
people.
lot of people.
As long as you avoid the day drinking, I think you're okay.
Yeah. I wasn't day drinking, so that was good. But Andrew I broke my foot in COVID, like right when I started
remember.
here.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
broke my foot in November of 2020. And my husband, Andrew, started a 6-week trial. He's a family lawyer.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Started a 6-week trial, and I had a
trial of what?
I had a broken foot. It was actually a crazy trial, but I had a broken foot. I had 3 kids at home, and I had no husband. And often he would come home to me. I'd be sleeping with like 1 or 2 children because I would just give up. I gave up on
bottle of
bedtime.
wine on the
I had a bottle
counter.
of wine on the bedside table.
I believe it.
Not even the counter.
Yeah.
He got worried at times.
Yeah.
But
Phone call to the Betty Ford Clinic, but we avoided that. My drink of choice is the martini.
Okay.
Which shouldn't be difficult to make at home, but it takes effort.
Right.
You gotta shake vodka with
That's
that
way too
doesn't
much
look
work.
good.
Right.
You gotta shake vodka and ice together and put it in a glass and throw some olives in there. But that's my drink of choice. So I think the fact that there's effort involved
Right.
saves me.
Totally.
I have an incredible wine collection, but my wife does not drink, like, ever.
At all?
Social situations,
she drink coffee?
started to. She does drink coffee.
Okay.
So I always feel like it's a waste when I open a bottle of wine, unless I'm going to down the whole thing, which, has happened the odd time. And I don't like beer anymore. Like, our tastes change over time.
Old age.
Old age. Mm-hmm. And the hangovers now are
Not
fucking
fun.
killer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow.
I hear you.
Yeah. Because I will put back.
Maybe you'll be the village Elliot.
That will not happen.
Why not?
I got to make a speech. I got to, keep my shit together. got to set a good example for the youngins.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Who's going to record your speech for social?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. But it goes back to the fact that this is part of our job now. And someone's got to film it. I saw some images from Forest Hill, I guess, just had their, Forest Hill Central just had their Christmas party.
They had it. What day is it today? Thursday. Tuesday night.
They did. See, Tuesday, that's fucking lame.
I know.
No offense. Just another reason why we're cooler.
Totally. They were in Yorkville, though.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I kept us close to home.
Okay.
Right?
That's fair.
A lot less effort. And we took over the entire place. I don't know if they did where they had it. I'm sure they did. But I'm instantly competitive. I saw some images, some videos from their party, and I just scrolling by, and I was like, fuck, we'll have more fun than they did.
We'll have a lot of fun.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's how warped my mind is. I want to win.
Everything.
All
the time.
I don't even know what winning means. It's not even about money for me. It's about, I think there's an element to my drive of everybody told me I couldn't, so I just need to prove
100%.
everybody wrong. And we are so small compared to our competitors. And the fact that we've managed to stick around for so long, and in the last year, there's been so many changes that now we're like increasing our market share, and people are starting to come to our office, and we're sort of the top of the discussion as opposed to, lower down in the discussion, really excites me and fires me up.
And that's all because of my amazing social media, though.
Of course.
Right?
It is.
It has nothing to do with you or the brokerage.
No, of course. You're joking, but you're not wrong. Like, the image we put out there to the public, who the fuck wouldn't want to hang out with us?
I agree.
Right? Like, the whole shaving shtick between you and I did it because I had fun with you and I like hanging out with you and it was fun for me. Countless people came up to me that the day we shaved was the day of the Bake Roast event. People I've never known in my life, you probably didn't even know they're following you, coming up to me talking about how much fun that is, blah, 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 blah. It shows you the power of that.
Yep. We'll do it again next year.
We will.
I thought you were going to make me shave my head or something. I thought you were going to make me
That's a little drastic. I was planning, I actually, to this day, in my office drawer upstairs, I have a Ziploc bag filled with the shavings of the first time you made me shave my mustache off. I was going to do a whole video series. How I sprinkled a little on your desk every day for like a month. And I ran it by my wife, thankfully.
And she said no.
Are you fucking nuts? You can't do that.
I would have noticed day one.
Probably. No, you wouldn't have. I had a whole plan. Then I was going to show you the video at the end, and it would have been great. Anyways, what else can we talk about? You got any interesting stories for me? This is like a fireside chat, catching up with Sarah.
We should have a fireplace here.
We should. It's a tiny room, though.
It's a little bit small, but this camera distance is good. It could be a little bit.
If this takes off, then, we'll see what we do. I'm enjoying it. I've had some really good episodes. I think I should bring in an element of industry gossip, talking about things in the industry, I think. What do you think I can do to entice more agents to listen to the show?
I told you I'm not good on the spot. I feel under pressure.
This is gold. Just putting on the spot is gold. Didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
I've had lots of great guests on.
Yeah.
How about this? You got any suggestions for guests for me?
No, I was actually thinking about it yesterday, and I came up with nothing.
I want to get... That's awesome. I want to get Shale on.
Okay, we can get Shale on.
He has absolutely no value to the real estate side of things.
Well, development.
Development. But I don't know that it makes the most interesting episode, but people will fall in love with him.
He's very lovable.
He is very lovable.
You know how happy he's going to be that we're talking about him?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And how much we love him?
Yeah, we do, indeed. I've gone through battles with that guy. And I think people are drawn to his personality. So just put him in front of a camera, and I think he'll do well.
Speaking of battles, are you going back on your trip?
I am.
When is it?
Surprise, Steph. I'm going back. I'm actually chairing the trip again.
Oh, wow.
We will be going in October next year. Shale is signed up as well. For those of you that, well, how would you know? Why would you know? I'm on the board of directors of an organization called Brothers for Life. We help injured Israeli veterans with PTSD, with financial issues, with medical issues. Anyways, we do a trip every year to raise funds. Not every year, but where we put ourselves through basic training in the Israeli army. We do something called a Masa Kumta, which is a massive trek through the desert carrying weights. It's something that every soldier goes through when they finish basic training. Mm-hmm. And you got a bunch of 40, 50, 60-year-old Jewish fat guys getting their ass kicked in the desert in Israel in 110-degree heat. But because you go through this together...
You become brothers for life.
You become brothers for life.
Brothers for life.
Yeah. And the last trip we went on was one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And it made friendships that have become lifelong friendships, have become brothers. Like Shale, I only met on the trip. Yep. He's one of my closest friends now. At the age of 46, I have a very close friend group. We have a great crew. There's about 10, 12 of us that have been friends literally.
Which is a large number of people.
Yeah. And to last this long.
Yeah.
And we're super close. And then at the age of 46, or however old I was, 44, to get a new group of friends, it was something I was not looking for.
Yeah.
I stumbled into it, and it has been such a great joy. Would you go on a woman's version of the trip? Would you subject yourself? Let's pick a charity that you're passionate about. Would you climb Kilimanjaro? Would you test yourself at this age?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
If you were passionate about something?
Yeah, I'd also test myself to raise money to sit on a beach for a good cause for a week.
That's a good one.
But yeah, I think so. If there was something that I was passionate about,
what are you passionate about? What ignites you? And you can't say family.
I can't say family?
No, too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah. You have a crew?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, tell me about your crew.
I love my friends very, very much. I just went up north with 3 of my closest girlfriends.
Collingwood.
Went to Collingwood.
Last weekend.
Had an amazing time.
Just a high school camp crew?
It's a camp university crew.
Okay.
So my friends, this particular crew, they're all a year older than me. It's because I'm so mature. I just relate to the older people. Mm-hmm. They're all a year older than me, and I fast-tracked a year.
In high school?
In high school. So I was in first year university with these girls, but they all also went to my camp. They also went to White Pine.
Okay.
So we were friends as staff at camp and then through university. And these are my big crew. And we had an amazing time. And then I have different crews and different kind of best friends. My best friend moved to Guelph.
Mm-hmm. Permanently? Or for school and just stay?
No. She's there now with her family.
Nice. You get out there?
I've been out once.
Mm-hmm.
Time is very hard. It's very, very hard to find the time.
You know what? It's actually a little bullshit. Time is hard, but it's really a perception that it's hard because there's so much time in the day. I think all of us could get more done in a day.
I don't disagree. That's a nice double negative for you.
Yes.
But I have very young children.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Many of them.
I forget what that's like.
Right? I have 3 kids, 4, 6, and 8. Mm-hmm. And that 3rd kid really makes things challenging.
Yeah.
Especially when he's a 4-year-old, devil child.
I keep going to scratch my ear. I forget that.
But there's no ear there.
Yeah.
And they're young. My kids are little. They're still very demanding.
A full-time job and a mom and a friend in Guelph. It's impossible.
A friend in Guelph, a friend in Philly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A Canadian?
Yeah.
Moved to Philly.
Yeah, you know Paul.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So his wife, Haley, is also, one of my best friends.
No shit.
Oldest friends. We've been friends since we were, 0.
She was a Winnebago girl.
She was a Winnebago girl.
Yeah.
You know Haley from Winnebago.
Of course.
And then I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends.
Friends in this business is tough.
I have a lot of friends in this business.
No. I mean, dealing with friends in this business.
Oh,
is tough.
so I've been fortunate or unfortunate that none of my friends have used me as their real estate agent.
That's rough. Did you take it personally?
I used to take it really personally.
I think we just stumbled on an awesome topic.
I used to. It was hard.
Yeah. It's the worst.
At first, but I think it may be a blessing.
Huh? Maybe. I mean, you know your situation better than I do, but I remember those first, let's say, 5 years.
When you want to rely on those people?
It's not that you want to rely on them per se. It's when that feeling when you're out with a group of friends at a party or at a dinner, and one of your friends starts talking about how they just bought a house.
Right, and you didn't know.
Oh my God, it was the worst.
So what I said to my girlfriends early on is...
No pressure.
I'm new in the biz. I get it. If you want someone more experienced, I understand. But I don't want to find out from somebody else that you bought a house, or I don't want to see your name on MLS. Like, be honest and upfront with me that you're using another agent, you're using someone else, and I'll be okay with it if it's a surprise. Like, and don't call me after you bought a house. Just be honest and open.
It's a fucked up industry that I think this is the only industry where this scenario, this situation exists. If you were a dentist, you wouldn't give a fuck if your friend used a different dentist. But we rely on each other we rely on our friends and family for income, which is a crazy thing.
But I've also, on day one, I said to myself, I'm not going to rely on my friends and family because you can't.
Sure.
So I kind of went in with that expectation. And it stung the first couple times, 100%. And my family has been very, very good to me. I've bought houses and sold houses for all three of my sisters.
Yeah.
I found something off market for my aunt and uncle before their brother-in-law became a real estate agent. Their son-in-law became a real estate agent. So I've had success, but not from my friends. And I don't say that negatively if any of my friends are listening. Sure. I love you very much. But like, even rentals at the beginning were not my friends. My friends would tell people about me, which was great.
Yeah.
But I've never relied on my friends. Now I think they see it differently.
Well, now you're a kick-ass superstar.
Well, obviously. But
here's the thing, not to interrupt you. They're under no obligation to use us. Right?
No,
like,
there is no obligation, but like, it's nice.
Sure,
like, why wouldn't you want your
friend
batting for you?
Well, they always say,
I don't want to mix.
That's the easy out. I don't want to mix business with pleasure. I don't want to ever be. I used to get. I don't want to have to be in a situation where I want to yell at you, but I can't yell at you because you're my buddy, right? And that's fair. That's
like, how often do your clients yell at you?
Oh, me never. I'm awesome.
Amazing.
But if you're shitty, I mean, it could happen, right? Like if you're not getting results, it could happen. You could be in situations where you want to give your agent a kick in the ass, but you can't because it's my good buddy Sarah, and I don't want to be a dick because she's going to tell all my friends that I was a dick. So that's a fair thing,
right?
Okay, friends are under no obligation. Families under no obligation to use you. They should use whoever they want, and there should be no guilt. But it doesn't stop that shitty feeling.
No, for sure.
My first month or two in the business, my first cousin used somebody else to sell their house. And he's done very well for himself. It was a very expensive house. And it was like someone kicked me in the nuts, like harder. I was so crushed in my head. It was the biggest betrayal ever.
Yep.
Like, in my head, it was like he intentionally screwed me, but they're just not thinking of you.
Right.
Right? So I try and teach the new agents that come in, you got to have your database. You got to be hammering them. You got to make sure you're in their head. And it doesn't matter if they don't use you.
Yeah.
Friends and family will hurt you. They won't use you. Look past it. Make sure that they refer you. That's the only thing that matters. And just keep going. But we should dive deeper into that as you're going to be a regular.
Oh, you've decided after I've loosened up and gotten a little bit more comfortable?
We've been in here for like almost an hour. Can you believe that?
Yeah, nuts. I can believe it because these things are squishing my brain.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Clearly not enjoying yourself.
No.
Anyway, Sarah, I appreciate you coming in. We just did an entire roundabout, but I think this was a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
I think everybody learned a lot about you, which is great. I certainly learned a lot about you. And
there's lots more to learn about me. I'm like an onion.
There's lots more. Many layers. I'm excited for tonight. We'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we'll get you back in here. And how can everybody find you, reach you, if they're looking to buy or sell?
You can find me. Do I talk to you?
Talk to me. I think those people just listen. They don't actually watch.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I think my handle is Sarah Chris Real Estate.
Highly recommend you follow her.
Is that my handle?
I don't know.
Let's check.
I can't check because my...
I'm going to check. You could also email me at Sarah, Sarah, at SKT.ca.
Mm-hmm.
You can...
What's the team's website?
Oh, www.
There you go.
At the Sabrina Kaufman team website.
Yeah.
SKT.ca.
There you go.
Slavin's website.
There you go. SlavinsRealEstate.com.
There you go. I was going to say Slavins.com.
Uh-huh.
Where else? You can just, knock on the office door.
Just Google Sarah Chris. You'll find her. And she's an amazing agent. And part of an amazing team.
Thank you.
You couldn't do better if you tried.
Thanks.
So, Sarah, thank you.
Darren, thank you.
See you tonight.